What's up guys, it's Will here back again, and today we're here to review the Hot Toys T-1000 2.0 figure. Terminator 2 Judgment Day is one of the best films of all time, and considering its sustained cultural relevance, Hot Toys has decided to produce a 2.0 figure of the iconic villain, the T-1000, and I couldn't be more excited to take this figure out of the box and see if it's actually good. But before we get started, make sure to like the video down below, subscribe to the channel, and click the notification bell so that way you're notified when content goes live here. I picked up this figure at a discount from my partner Comic Concepts. Comic Concepts is a great place to buy Hot Toys figures from because they're cheaper than Sideshow and they offer a 5% rewards program with great customer service. You can make their prices even lower by using my code WillFox for $10 off at checkout, and the good news is the code is unlimited usage, so you can use it every time you buy there. That said, let's take a look at the T-1000 2.0 from Hot Toys and see if it does justice to one of the greatest villains to ever be seen on the big screen. All right, so starting with the live look of the figure, this is what I know you guys came here to see, and right off the bat, I gotta say, Hot Toys really nailed the head sculpt. From every angle, I see Robert Patrick in Terminator 2 Judgment Day, I see the T-1000 here, and I think as far as the head sculpt is concerned, it's fantastic, particularly when you put the eyes in the upward position. You can adjust the eyes, which I will show you in a little bit, in the back of the head. You do gotta use the tool for this one, it's a little bit tricky, but you just pop the back plate off, it's magnetic, and you can adjust the eyes right there. The hairpiece does have somewhat of a noticeable seam line there, but overall it still works pretty well. When you're looking at the figure from front on, you're never going to notice it, and most people who are looking at your display are never going to see it. It magnetically pops on. I had a little bit of trouble here, but I promise you won't have all that much. But you can see that seam line there. You can see the, I guess you could call it battle damage head sculpt, if you will, as well here. This is the one with the hole in the head. You can adjust the other eye if you would like. You pop the back plate off, adjust the eye with the tool as you do with the other one. But you can see the liquid metal effect is actually pretty cool. I think Hot Toys did a great job with this head sculpt as well. It looks like Robert Patrick in the film. The overall head sculpt fits snug on the body. I will say you're probably going to want to use some tweezers to adjust the shirt on the neck. It's a huge pain in the ass. After a while, I just said, screw it. We're just going to plug this thing in. The t-shirt's going to be pushed down a little bit because when I tried to do it, it pushed it up higher on his neck. It started to look like a turtleneck. Didn't care that much. I was like, you know what? The t-shirt is going to be what it is, and we're just going to push that thing down. Use some tweezers, get it to a point where you like it, but you can see the seam line I was just talking about on both head sculpts. Not super noticeable in person, but it is there. Here's a shot of all the accessories. There is a lot. We're going to go through all of it together in this video in just a sec, but that's a wide shot. You can see of everything. Right off the bat, I'm showing the blade. This actually plugs into the arm, which I'll show you in a little bit. It has a wrist peg automatically in there. You just pull out the wrist peg that's automatically on the figure body and then just plug this one in and it slides right on. Be gentle with it. You don't want to snap it in half. The instructions detail as much. They say these things are fragile. You do not want to snap them, but it's fantastic. It's made of plastic. It's not die cast or anything like that. It would be too heavy on the joints, but the plastic accessories look liquid metal. They look metallic and they feel pretty cool in hand. So they are plastic though, I can confirm that, but you have two separate hooks, one on each arm, and you have a blade as well that you can put on his arm. You also have a pistol if you want to put it in his holster for the cop look. I will not be showing the cop look in this video. I did try to, adjust the figure and change the clothes. It's a bit of a hassle. I do not want to damage the figure. I'm not going to be showing it in this video. I will show you everything else though, but I'm not going to be using the cop look in my display, and I made the executive decision to pass on it. You can remove the clip from this gun as you saw there. You have a submachine gun as well, which he used in the cop outfit later in the film near the Cyberdyne Systems studio. And it's a pretty cool paint application, plastic as well. There are no die cast accessories on this guy. You can see the boots. These are the ones that come automatically installed on the figure. I went and installed the liquid metal boots that you will see on the figure throughout this video. They pop right on. You just pull the boots off. I'll show you in a bit. Here's the belt. If you want to have him rocking the cop look with the cop jacket, you take the other belt off, you put this belt on, you plug it in, and you're good to go. It's a hassle. I don't want to bother with it. Unless you really want that cop look, I would not be changing it out very frequent. You could very easily rip the belt or tear something or adjust something, futz it in the wrong way. It's not ideal. Nonetheless, I'm glad it's there for the people who want it. You have a pen here. If you want to put the pen in his shirt, you can do that. He's got that cop look. And of course you have some handcuffs here that go with the cop look as well. They are functional handcuffs. If you wanted to put them on a 1/6 scale figure, you absolutely could. And they do adjust there. As you can see, they slide in and out, and they can go over a set of wrists if you so would like to do so. You have the glasses here as well, the sunglasses. They're pretty cool also for the cop look. I'm excited that Hot Toys gave you so many accessory options here to work with. You can do multiple different looks here. There's a ton of accessories to work with. You're never going to be wanting for display options here. Here are the liquid metal effects. These were primarily seen in the beginning of the film when Arnold interacts with the T-1000 in the mall. These are magnetic. They stick to the chest. Anywhere on the chest, it's all magnetic. You can pop them on wherever you would like, and they're pretty cool. The liquid metal effects are, you know, one of the best accessories with this figure, and they really do encapsulate that look from the film pretty effectively. They look practical, which is what they use in the film for that scene in particular. Here's the cop helmet. It has a strap. You can slide it over the head sculpt. I would be highly, highly careful and cautious with this because you can absolutely damage the paint applications on your Robert Patrick head sculpt if you slide this helmet on and you're not careful with it. There's the shoes, again, for the cop look. If you want to go ahead and pull the boots off, you can plug in these shoes, and there's little black fabric pieces that you can slide over the legs to make sure nothing with the leg joint is actually showing, or the leg itself. And there those are. You can slide them over the legs if you so wish to do that. When you take the boots off, slide those on, put the shoes on, and boom, there you are. You're going to have a nice look there that's seamless. Not gonna have any visible joints or anything showing. Here's the motorcycle pants. If you want to put those on him, you totally can. I elected to keep the regular pants on him because changing clothes on my figures is not necessarily something that I always feel comfortable doing because something could easily get messed up, and I like that Hot Toys pre-installs the clothes so you don't have to assemble it. That's great. There's the motorcycle jacket for the police outfit if you so wish to go that route. Again, you got two entirely interchangeable outfits here, which is fantastic, and I love that Hot Toys included so many things in the box. They're giving you a pretty good value overall for what the accessories include and what you can do with this figure. There's a lot to work with here. And you can see some pointy hands as well. These hands, actually, he uses the one when he's interrogating Sarah Connor near the end of the film. He stabs her with his pointy finger, and you can do it on each side. You can have a longer one on the, I believe, the right-hand side. On the left, you have a shorter pointy hand. Here's the finger wag pose, the finger gun pose. If you want to do that, have him holding the pistol, you can certainly do that. A gripping hand as well, gripping like a sheet or some kind. You have relaxed hands as well on each side, which are fantastic as well. Plenty of hands to work with here, lots of detail in the paint applications there. And of course, you can see a gripping hand there as well. So there really are a lot of hands to work with, and you have some palms, flat sort of hands. If you want them in sort of a pose like that, you can do that. Lots of different options. Here's the display base. It lights up with the USB-C cable, which is not included, and you can just turn this thing on. This is one of the best display bases I've seen from Hot Toys in quite some time. You have the railings there. You plug them in. You have a crotch grabber. It's fantastic. It lights up. It's great. Here's some instructions you can see with the liquid metal effects. You can actually plug that again. That has a wrist peg in it. You plug it into the arm there. Totally stays on. Here's the magnetic effects on the liquid metal effects as if he has been wounded and healing, and you can put them anywhere. Like I said, this magnetic all over the chest, they just plop right on, and boom, you can pop them on and have a great time with it. You can assemble them however you would like, customize it to your liking. I put them on mine. It covers up some of the sus stitching, so I kind of like it. Here's me installing the boots. You can see the liquid metal of boots. I go ahead and put on the figure. It's relatively pretty easy, but you just want to be careful, kind of grab it near the knee and then push the ankle on there, and then you're good to go. So that's that, guys. Let's go ahead and move to the next portion of the video. Thank you so much. So how do I feel about the Hot Toys T-1000? Mixed. I mean, I'm a huge Terminator 2 fan, and I've been dreaming of owning a modern T-1000 figure from Hot Toys since I started collecting in 2018. And this figure, it mostly delivers. I can't help but feel that there's something missing here, though. The proportions are awkward. He has almost no shoulders or traps, and I know Robert Patrick wasn't built like Arnold, but he wasn't a stick figure human either. This figure body without much padding in those areas, it looks a bit awkward. It almost looks inhuman in a way, but not in a good way, because the T-1000 looks human in the film because he's played by one. I also think the hands are a little bit oversized. In person, it's a little less noticeable, but on camera, yeah, the dude has some sausage fingers, so not a fan of that. I don't hate the stitching, but it kind of encapsulates my feelings on this figure as a whole. Mixed. The stitches themselves look a bit thick, and the job looks a bit heavy-handed. But I do love the head sculpt. In person, this head sculpt is fantastic, and it's a huge upgrade over the very old 1.0 version. The paint apps are fantastic, and the likeness is on point. Hot Toys nailed it. The display base, while large, is also fantastic. I love the light up feature and the presence it offers. It does recreate the final battle between the T-1000 and T-800 beautifully, so it's one of the better bases I've seen from Hot Toys in quite a while now. The accessories are also fantastic. You have a ton to work with, and the fact that you have interchangeable outfits is worthy of praise here. Hot Toys did not leave any accessories out of this package, and for that, I gotta give them credit. There's enough here to pull off any pose you want. Still, my feelings are mixed because you can pose around the poor proportions, but you shouldn't have to. This is a $315 figure, and it should be refined in every aspect before it reaches your door. This is one of the most iconic villains of all time, and I feel like it's about 3/4 baked. He needed a bit more time in the oven. Is he good? Yeah, but he could have been great. And for that reason, I'm giving the Hot Toys T-1000 an 8 out of 10. Guys, if you enjoyed this video, make sure to click the like button down below, subscribe to the channel, and click the notification bell so that way you're notified when content goes live here. Let me know what you think about this T-1000 in the comment section below. Let me know if you think I'm off base, but I appreciate your thoughts and I hope to talk to you then. See you in the next video.